Well, you're listening to Millennial Meets Gen Z 90's edition. I'm Allison, the Millennial,
I'm Hannah, the Gen Z.
and today we're in person. Woo! We actually had a self-defense class this morning. What'd you think?
It was really cool. Okay, to be honest, guys, I've never been to a self-defense class. Allison and I have talked about this multiple times. I don't know self-defense.
Yep.
If someone were coming at me, I would run. They would
I feel
get
like you
me.
would just like cower.
Actually, I'd probably start rolling on the ground or like do the
Rolling?
splits or something.
But we did talk about this before,
Trying to be crazy. I'm
where
crazy
you
now.
want to act crazy.
Yeah. I think
From
I could do that.
from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you want to twitch. Yeah. Yeah, you want to do that. But we did have a good time. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was very beneficial.
Yeah, I agree.
Our movie of the week was The Matrix from 1999. The Matrix is a sci-fi film following Neo, a hacker who discovers that humanity's reality is a simulated illusion created by intelligent machines. This simulation, The Matrix, pacifies humans so that their bioelectric energy can be harvested. Neo joins a rebel group to fight the machines and free mankind. And this was not about aliens, as you originally thought.
It sure looked like it. It sure looked like aliens.
I can kind of see like how some of the things after I watched it again, I was like, okay, I guess I can see like how you might think aliens, but it's really not an alien
Like
movie.
it was really creepy. Also, just want to point out our lighting looks like slightly green, so maybe we are in the Matrix. You're watching us from the Matrix. Life is an illusion.
No. No. No, first of all, it's like yellow. I guess maybe the background's green, but I think it's yellow. It's the hotel lighting. So we're just gonna go with it. Uh, but this movie seamlessly was blending groundbreaking digital techniques. So that's like at the time, this was like really great with movie effects and like CGI, but like the most notably, there's like the bullets that are going really slow through the air. If you remember that.
Yeah.
So that had like practical effects. It had wire work. They used like the Hong Kong style martial arts choreography, and this film actually won best the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects for these innovations. We are not winning any Academy Awards for this lighting or our visual effects. But the most iconic effect from The Matrix was that bullet time, and it allowed. What happened is they would allow the camera to move like at a normal speed while the action on screen is slowed down to an extreme crawl. So it kind of makes it appear as if like time is frozen, which was kind of cool. So
That's a cool way to do that.
yeah, but this was like really groundbreaking. That's why everybody was talking about when this movie came out was like how the effects came across.
Oh my gosh. I think my
Some things were literally from the camera movement with the way that they were swinging around for the martial arts and things like
Yeah.
that too. So
that's
yeah, they used to show on like I feel like it was like on Entertainment Tonight, like the way that Neo winds back into a stance is they like reversed a movement that he did with a harness and a wire that kind of unraveled as he kind of went forward and it or something like that, and it like pulls him back in the video. So it's pretty cool the way that they handled that. Well, this movie is currently free on YouTube. It was written and directed by Lana and Lily Wachowski. Now, I want to say that this is two sisters who wrote and directed things like Cloud Atlas, Speed Racer, Jupiter Rising, and other Matrix movies. I do think it's very important to mention that they're both transgender. So if you're trans, I hope you can see yourself in their success. It's really good to see yourself on screen and through success like this, something in the Matrix. They had not gone through their process at the time of this movie, but they did subsequently. And so for both of them to feel like they're now in their own skin feels better. So, Hannah, what did you think of this one? And what's the Hannah rating?
to remember when I rated it. Okay, wait, actually I didn't rate this one.
You didn't
I
rate this
didn't
one?
rate this
Okay,
one.
so
Hold on.
what would you give this one?
I have a reasoning because I'm
You're
not giving this
giving
one. I'm not giving this one a rating. Okay, because I'm just gonna read you my first note. This is an odd movie. The machines, and then in caps, do look like aliens. That's my first note. And I watched this. The reason I'm not giving this a rating is because I watched this 3 times on YouTube. And First time I watched it, I was just confused. I didn't really know what was going on. I was like, what? This is kind of creepy. Second time, I liked it a bit more. Third time, I liked it even more. But because of how confused I was and just, like, I don't think I could give it an accurate rating. Because the third time, I would rate it like a 7 or an 8. But the first time, I'd give it like a 3.
Okay.
So maybe we could average it?
We're going to give you a G out of 10, and that is for good.
Okay, yeah, I think that's
And a letter out of 10 makes it not make sense, so that goes along with what you just said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Your rating makes no sense.
Yeah, no, and I completely forgot that I didn't rate this because I did that intentionally because of how many times I watched it. Because I was like, I can't rate this. Like, I can't. Because I had such different feelings each time, and I was just like, it was a weird movie. It was a weird movie. So
It's not that weird of a movie.
I think it's a weird movie.
I mean, it is a weird movie, but it's like not like you can't understand let's rewind and we're gonna go through to make it make sense. And if you change your mind about the rating by the end of the rewind, then let me know.
Okay.
But right now we're G out of 10.
Okay, G out of 10.
Weirdest. I don't even know how we're gonna fit that into the scale of movies.
Yeah.
All right, well, we open on a green text screen and numbers are on the screen. And we hear, we're going to him. Morpheus believes he's the one. Then we see the police with guns drawn in a dark hall as they kick down a door and point the guns and the flashlights at a woman in a black leather on a computer. The agents arrive and tell the cop they were given specific orders. The cop doesn't take them seriously. The agent tells him the orders were for your protection. And the cops say they can handle one little girl. Spoiler, they can't. No. The cops said that he sent 2 units up and they're bringing her down now, and the agent tells him his men are already dead. Upstairs, we see the woman break the cop's arm during a kung fu kick into a wall. She fights off the cops and runs up and along the wall and then kills all of them.
That was crazy. That was a crazy first scene.
Yes, especially because you think that the woman might be like maybe a good guy, and then she like kills all these people, so maybe she's a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing.
Mm-hmm. That's, yeah.
Well, Trinity calls Morpheus and tells him the line was traced. She doesn't know how, and she has to get to another exit. She asks if there are agents, and there are. He tells her that there is a phone at Wilson Lake. You can make it. Go. She tears off with the agents hot on her trail, and the police follow them. Across the roofs of buildings, they shoot, they miss her. She jumps across the street from one roof to another. It's a huge leap that she takes. She flies off that roof and through a window and pulls guns, and she's kind of waiting. Then she runs off to the phone booth, getting to it as it rings, as a truck crashes into the phone booth, smashing it into the building, but she got out, so she was safe.
That jump was crazy. That jump was insane.
It was a very cool jump, and they were like, oh, we can't do that. But the agents say that they have the name of their next target. It's Neo, and there is a search running for Neo.
I like the name Neo, by the way. I just want to say that. Neo's a cool name.
I mean, it's kind of like an anagram for one, right? Like it's just the letters mixed up around for one. He's the one.
I didn't even think about that.
No spoiler, but spoiler, sorry. Next, we see a man sleeping at a computer searching articles when all of a sudden the computer has the text saying, wake up, Neo, the Matrix has you. It then tells him to follow the white rabbit. He hit escape and the screen says, knock, knock, Neo. And he hears 2 knocks at his door. The person says, it's Choi. And he opens to find a bunch of people on the other side of the door. He asks if they have the money. The guy hands him an envelope and he gives them back a disc. They offer to take him out with them, and he initially declines until he sees the white rabbit tattooed on a girl's shoulder, so he agrees to go. They end up at a loud party that's kind of gothy, and a woman walks up to him and says, hello, Neo. And she thought that he would have been... She introduces herself and says, my name is Trinity. He asks if she was the hacker that cracked the IRSD base, and he thought she would have actually been a guy, being this like renowned hacker. Typical. And he asks how she got into his computer. She says he's in danger, they're watching him, and she knows why he's there and what he's been doing. He says he's looking for him. And she says he's not looking for him, he's looking for an answer. The question is, what is the Matrix? And she says the answer is out there and it'll find him if he wants it to.
Just such an unnerving thing to like say, you know what I mean? That's
Such a weird conversation to have with a stranger.
Yeah, love Trinity though. I love her.
The next day, he's late to his job. His boss lectures him on having a problem with authority and threatens to fire him for being late. He gets a delivery at his cubicle. It's a cell phone, and it rings. Morpheus calls and says he's been looking for him. Morpheus tells him they're coming for him. He sees them, the agents, and Morpheus guides him to avoid the agents through the office and outside to the scaffolding outside to get to the roof, and Morpheus hangs up on him. Well, he chooses the window and scaffolding and tries to carry his cell phone out. Like, why wouldn't he just stick it in his pocket? I didn't understand this. And then he drops the cell phone. He gives up and goes back inside and gets put into custody instead. Now, Thomas Neo Anderson is played by Keanu Reeves. This was your first Keanu Reeves movie.
I think Keanu Reeves is a little cutie. I like him. I like his acting style. I've seen him in one other movie. I don't know what it is.
Well, let's go through it. So he's known for the movie Speed. That's a 90s movie. Point Break, also 90s. John Wick.
It might have been John Wick.
Yeah, that's him.
And
he plays John Wick.
I think it was John Wick. He's older than John Wick, isn't he?
I mean, he looks the same, to be honest with you.
Really?
I feel like he has not aged very much.
Really?
Yeah, he's kind of, he's aged a little bit, but not much. He looks very similar, in my opinion.
Okay.
He was also in Babes in Toyland, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and sequels. Little Buddha, A Walk in the Clouds, Sweet November, Hardball, Something's Gotta Give, Constantine, The Lake House, Toy Story 4, Between Two Ferns, the movie, SpongeBob movie, The Sponge on the Run, and Toy Story 5 that is coming out.
We gotta see Toy Story 5.
I feel like he plays like the Spork or something.
Oh
Maybe
my
not.
God.
I can't remember. It might be that he's Sporky.
Yeah, because if it's Toy Story 4 and 5, like that would
I
be
think
the only
that's
thing.
Sparky.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, that's kind of scary.
I heard that Greta Lee plays an iPad in Toy Story 5. She's like the evil iPad. It'll be interesting to see.
I'm kind of scared for Toy Story 5.
We'll see how it goes. Well, in the interrogation room, the agent has a big green folder. He says he's living 2 lives. His regular one, Thomas A. Anderson. The other life is lived in computers, and he goes by the hacker named Neo. The agent says they need his help. They know he's been contacted by Morpheus. The agent says he's one of the most dangerous men alive. They offer him immunity for information, and he gives them the finger and demands a phone call. Kind of a badass.
Kind of love him for that.
Yeah, the agent says, what good is a phone call if you're unable to speak? And then Neo's mouth seals shut. Very Billy Butcherson from Hocus Pocus. That's what I thought of. Like how they stitch his mouth.
I hated that scene. It's like the way like you saw like the little like yeah. Oh, I have that written down. That like reminded me of that. Oh, I hated that. I will gag.
Well, Neo freaks out as well. So
Yeah.
you and Neo are on the same page.
Oh yeah, you should have seen my reaction. I should have recorded it.
I was more creeped out about this next part. They implant a bug in his body that goes in through his belly button.
Yeah, no, the mouth thing was really what got me.
No, bug all the way.
No, mouth.
If my mouth is sealed shut, that's fine. But don't put bugs in my belly button. No.
I'd rather that than like a fish like straight
It
out.
goes into your body. Okay, like at least you had holes in the mouth. Your just mouth was like this. Okay, no. Okay, we're disagreeing on that one. We'll agree to disagree. Well, Agent Smith is played by Hugo Weaving, who's known for his role in Elrond, Lord of the Rings. He was also in V for Vendetta. I don't know if you watched that. Okay, that's a good movie. He was in Babe, Russian Doll, Happy Feet, and Transformers.
It's a Happy Feet.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't remember his character name, but
Okay.
he was in Happy Feet as well.
Okay, I've seen Happy Feet.
Now he wakes up and it's also weird that I think that he's like he's playing like bad guys and then like he's in all these cartoons doing voiceovers like or in Babe, like he's playing an animal in Babe and then he's also like in he plays V in V for Vendetta. Anyway.
Okay.
He wakes up in his bedroom freaking out, Neo does, having had a nightmare. The phone rings. Morpheus says the line is tapped, that it's important. If they knew, he'd be dead. He is the one.
That's
Neo, one.
That's such an unnerving like thing.
Neo says he wants to meet. They meet at the Adam Street Bridge. Trinity picks him up with another woman and holds him at gunpoint. Tells him to take off his shirt, and they pull out a contraption to his body, and they get the bug out from his belly button. Worse than the mouth thing. Okay. They electrocute it and get out. They leave it outside on the street, and they pull up to a building and climb the stairs to meet with Morpheus. Now, Trinity tells Neo to be honest. The Trinity is played by Carrie Ann Moss, who is known for Fido, Memento, Jessica Jones, and Fubar. Now, Morpheus welcomes him. I am Morpheus, he says. I imagine you are feeling a little bit like Alice tumbling down the rabbit hole.
I thought that was so cool because, like, I feel like we talked about how it's like the Alice in Wonderland
That
thing.
there will be references to Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
There's a few of them.
I thought that was really cool.
He asks if he believes in fate, and Neo doesn't. He believes that he is in control of his life. This is very key and important for later. Morpheus tells him that he knows why he's here, that he can't explain. There's something wrong with the world, but he doesn't know what it is. And he says it's the Matrix. Morpheus says the Matrix is everywhere. It's all around us, even now in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth. And Neo asks, what truth? Morpheus says that you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot taste, see, or touch. A prison for your mind.
See, that part just made me think, like, are we in the Matrix?
This is something that people talk about all the time.
Like,
is this a simulation?
Like, it has to be. Some of the stuff in our world, it has to be. We have to be. I am a sim. I think I said that in our last pod that, like, I believe.
Don't jump off any roofs right now, okay? You will not bounce like he did.
That would be bad.
Spoiler. Morpheus is played by Lawrence Fishburne. He was in Contagion, 21, and Mystic River. He was also in The Color Purple, Boys in the Hood, Event Horizon, which is the worst movie on the entire planet. I am so sorry if you liked it. However, don't watch it if you have not seen it.
Really?
I'm saving you from a lifetime of nightmares. It's the most gory movie. It's an alien movie. And it's just like blood just runs rampant.
Oh, that's stupid. Okay.
Everybody gets slaughtered. It's the nicest way to put that. Sorry, spoiler. I think I'm supposed to say spoiler before I tell the thing. Yeah.
Like, I've heard of Event Horizon, and that's kind of sad that it's not good.
Don't watch it.
Okay, I won't watch it.
I just heard it was a space movie.
Really? And it's
then
just all blood?
it was just like, I can't even.
Okay.
Okay.
That I don't even want to think about the gore. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
no,
fine.
that's one of my nopes.
Okay.
Nope, won't watch that one again. I was tricked into watching it the first time. Now he was in Thurgood, Man of Steel, Ride Along, Hannibal, the TV show, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Blackish. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is, he says. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill and you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Now he takes the red pill. He walks into another room. Morpheus asks APOC if they're online. He has Neo sit down in the chair, and Morpheus says it's time is always against them. They hook Neo up and place a call. The pill you took is part of a trace program. Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
That's a Wizard of Oz.
That's a Wizard of Oz. Yep. So Neo sees the face in his face in the broken mirror, and then the mirror heals itself. He touches it, and this is where it gets trippy. Very trippy. I was like, somebody must have been on drugs to write this part.
See, I think that's why I wasn't like a big fan of this movie, especially the first time I watched it, because I was like, this is like the type of thing I feel like someone off hallucinogens would write, like extreme hallucinogens. And it like, I like movies like that are trippy and that like make you think you're on drugs, I guess. But it was like a little too much. You know what I mean? Like
No.
I was like,
I don't like it. Like the Johnny Depp Wizard of Oz movie, I'm out. Like, no, not Wizard of Oz. Not Alice in Wonderland. Willy Wonka. I don't get it.
I haven't seen that either.
I'm on like 4 hours sleep, guys. So sorry. But yeah, no, he was Willy Wonka and he's like creepy and he's got the hat and he's got the bob. That was a bob. We've been talking about hair bobs. Hannah asked if her hair
Do
was
I
a bob.
bob?
It's not a bob. I was
Hello?
like, it would have to be short. He had a bob. We'll look up a picture. Actually, let's look up a picture right now because I know that we're gonna put it up when we do this. But Johnny Depp, Wonka was just he has like this very creepy like that. Tell me that doesn't give you nightmares.
Wait,
Even
click
his
on it.
glasses. It just like is the creepiest, and it is a bob. That's a bob. Just in case you were wondering, that's what a bob looks like. Your hair's not a bob. That's a shag.
Yeah.
This is a bob.
I kind of, yeah, he is scared. That the one of him smiling is really creepy.
Yeah, because it's just too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that was drug and that's yeah. There's other movies that are like that. Like there's the hot dog party or whatever. That was definitely someone was on drugs for
that one 100%. See, like I've seen that one. I thought it was funny, but someone like had to have been off like excessive drugs to because who thinks of that sober? No one. No one.
Well, he says, have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world? Morpheus says. Neo's body starts getting covered in metal-looking goo, and it goes inside his mouth. They need to signal, and he moves to the real world where he's naked, hooked up to the machines, and in the bed of goo. He wakes up in his bath and feels the plug in the back of his head. There are pods like his everywhere that go on forever. He is ugly and hairless. I had to make sure I wrote that in there to like let you know he is ugly in this movie and hairless in that section. Creeped me the heck out.
Hairless cat, bro.
A robot bug grabs him and unlocks him from the machine, and then all of the plugs on his body pop off, and he's flushed into like what looks like a sewer. Morpheus's team pulls him up and into their ship. He is weak. Morpheus welcomes him to the real world and tells Trinity they found him. He's sure of it. Neo asks if he's dead, and they just have to work to get his muscles and not to be atrophied and get him back to feeling better. He's apparently never used his muscles because he's been raised in this pod.
That's
okay. So they tell him to go to sleep, and then they remove all of his connection thingies out of his body. Like they pull all the metal parts out of his body, and they put him, and they like start sending signals, electromagnetic signals to his muscles, and eventually he wakes up feeling better. Who knows how much later? Months, I don't know.
years. That
Could
whole
be years, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, his hair grew back too, so
that whole scene was like what gave me the alien vibe. Most of the movie, that's just like that whole thing was like.
but this is the real world. It's not aliens, so it's computers. But it's computers.
Yeah.
So Morpheus walks him around and shows him the ship, the core where they broadcast their pirate signal, and where they hack into the Matrix. He introduces APOC, Switch, Cypher, Tank, and his brother Dozer, and Mouse. So let's go through them as well. So APOC is played by Julian Aranga, who is known for his role in Once Were Warriors. Switch is played by Belinda McLaury. She was in Dr. Blake Mysteries X and Dark Love Story. Cypher is played by Joe Pantoliano.
I don't.
It's a very Italian. You're supposed to know the Italian last name. Pantoliano.
Yeah.
He's very well known, but I can't pronounce his last name, so I'm so sorry. He was in Memento. He was in Bound and The Fugitive. He was also in Risky Business, The Goonies, La Bamba, Baby's Day Out, Beethoven, Forces of Nature, Cats and Dogs, Daredevil, Racing Stripes, Percy Jackson, and The Olympians, The Lightning Thief. That's one of my favorites. Tank is played by Marcus Chong, who is known for Street Justice, The Crow, and Panther. Dozer is played by Anthony Ray Parker, who's known for Spartacus, The Frighteners, and The Marine. Mouse is played by Matt Dorrant, who is known for his role in Interceptor, The Thin Red Line, Star Wars Episode 2. He was also on Home and Away.
Oh, he was in Star Wars. That's pretty cool. Yeah, go. Okay.
Well, Morpheus explains to Neo what the Matrix is. By having him sit in a chair and hooking him up very painfully to a machine into his mind.
Why did he take the red pill? Like, I get it. Like, I get wanting the truth and being adventurous. But, like, what would you have taken?
Because he's the one.
Yeah, but, like, that's too bad.
I wouldn't take any drugs. Don't take drugs that some stranger gives you.
Okay, if you were in Neo's position, like,
I would take 0 drugs. I'd be like, what else do you got? I
What
don't
the
take
colors?
medicine from strangers.
Oh, that's fair.
I grew up in the 90s. We don't take medicine from strangers. There was a whole DEAR program to teach you against that.
They still have a program like that.
Okay.
My brothers were telling me about it at dinner.
Like, we spent years learning not to take drugs from strangers. Oh, we talked about what pill would you take? What pill would you take? Hopefully not. Zero.
Okay, I totally. If I was presented
would,
this,
wouldn't you?
I totally would. Like, if I were Neo, I would have to. I would take the blue one though.
If you grew up in the 90s, you'd know not to take drugs from strangers.
Be like, wow, it's so pretty and blue. I must.
It could be like anything. You don't even know. It could have just been NyQuil.
Hey, maybe I just like fall asleep.
That's not safe.
That's true. Okay,
We just learned self-defense. You can't use any of the things that you learned if you're knocked out. This is a terrible plan. Oh boy. Okay, so they're in a white room. This is the construct. So this is the loading program. And he says we can load anything from clothing to equipment to weapons to training simulations, which also means that he like purposefully picked out that outfit with the long trench coat and the weird glasses that he always wears.
It's literally like a scent.
He said, anything we need. Neo asks if he's inside a computer program, and Morpheus explains that this is the mental projection of his digital self. So pretty much, yes, it's like your avatar.
Yeah.
Then explains that the real, or what you can feel, smell, taste, and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. The world he knows is the world as it was at the end of the 20th century. This is just a simulation. He's been living in this dream world. In actuality, it's a broken nightmare of a place. Morpheus says that they don't know all of it, but what they do know is at the end of the 21st century, mankind was united in celebration. We marveled in our own magnificence, and we gave birth to AI. Kind of like what's going on now. A singular consciousness. Luckily, it's not singular; it's multi.
I don't know if that's worse or better.
And I think they would fight amongst themselves before they took us out. But
Good point.
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we do know it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power. It was believed they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. He explains that the machines started using us as their energy sources. Human beings were no longer born, they were grown.
I hated that. That is like what got me about this movie.
It got you?
It was creepy.
It like grabbed you?
No, it was creepy. I don't know.
They were being farmed.
Yeah, and I
just used, and then the bodies of the old ones would feed the young ones.
It's so gross.
It's like chickens.
It's so gross. It's literally, and like
chickens eat everything. Even their like dead chickens. Yeah.
What?
I mean, you don't want them to because it's just not great, but yeah, they do.
So like this.
This was like chickens.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice.
Minus that, I don't think you can get energy from chickens. If you could, I would be hooking my neighbor's chickens up right now. I'm sorry, I'm not very anti-animal. I'm not anti-animal or bird normally. But they're killing my garden, so like I'm at war.
Who knows? It like actually like
they ripped out. Like a whole bunch of my tomato, like half my tomato plants got ripped out. I just planted 4 hostas over this last weekend. By Tuesday, they had ripped 3 of them out. And I was like, and I talked to their dad, the chicken daddy. I don't think
the chicken daddy.
I don't think that's an appropriate way to call him. Actually, now that I said it out loud.
Clip it.
Yeah, sorry. If my neighbor is watching this, I don't call you chicken daddy.
Okay. Literally, before we
this is 4 hours of sleep. This is what happens. This is like last week when I said that I have crimes.
Literally, your crimes is so funny. Literally,
so chicken daddy. I talked to the dad of the chickens. Is kind of what I was trying to get at. Because the mom, the woman who lives behind me, she's like the mother of the chickens, like the mother of dragons, but the mother of chicken. I mean, they're like little dragons.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The chicken mommy.
So anyway, chicken mommy and chicken daddy. Yeah, sure. And then there's chicken kids. They've got anyway. But yeah, so I talked to him and I was like, hey, I love your chickens. They're really great. I like eating all like the bad bugs and stuff in my yard. Like I've got a dog. I don't like ticks, obviously. Yeah. So feel free to keep your chickens like eating the ticks and things like that. But like,
Yeah.
how do we like keep them out of all the mulch that I just put down and
Yeah.
all the bulbs that I just planted? Because they've been like ripping them up every time I plant something, they rip it up. So I'm like, I just need it to like take root and then also keep them out of my mulch because they're making just a mess of all my mulch. So,
So do they just let them like out of their backyard? Like they just free roam everywhere?
hmm
Do they have a pen?
The chickens have like a pen that they like sleep in at night,
Okay.
but it does allow them to like free range most of the time, which is fine. But like, and normally it would be for several hours a day. Now it's like literally 14-hour days.
Yeah.
And that's the problem is they're getting too much free range.
Mhm.
And now they're like ranging everywhere.
They're taking out the plans.
So I might hook them up for energy source
Yeah.
because energy's getting expensive. Bills are getting expensive.
Heck yeah.
Energy's getting expensive, and if I could power up some chickens, I would.
Heck
So-
yeah. Heck yeah.
Not really.
Heck
Just
yeah.
in case like anybody's listening that's like, don't do that. Don't. I wouldn't actually do that. I usually just open the window and I go, ladies, let's go.
She does this on like calls when they come up. She'll
Yep.
be like, the chickens are here. Hi, ladies.
I'll be like, hold on a minute. I need to protect my plants. And I open my window and I yell at the ladies. And I'm like, ladies, I'm not even mean to them.
No, you're not mean to them.
I'm nice
like you're
to the
sweet to
chickens.
the chickens. Yeah.
See?
It's
But if I could get power,
yeah.
I might actually think about it.
DIY USB.
Like an evil chicken. I'm like the bad guy in the chicken movie, I guess. I'm like, how can I get power from these chickens?
This is an
I've come
idea
up with a
unlocked.
contraption to like power the chickens.
I'll direct you act. We could get the
Yes,
chickens.
as long as the chicken daddy doesn't find out, we're good. Okay. Well, so the Matrix is a computer-generated dream world that is built to keep us under control and in order to change a human being into a battery, which is when I asked my boyfriend if I was a better battery because of my copper top. And he was like, that's really stupid. So I was like, my hair is like red colored, so like, would I be a better battery? Because I'm a copper top.
I mean, like
Like a Duracell.
Yeah, like technically.
I'm a Duracell,
Yeah.
baby.
You are the high-end
Don't
battery.
call me it's like the Starburst thing. You're not a yellow Starburst. You are a pink Starburst. It's like that. You are not a generic battery. You are a copper. You are Duracell.
That's so funny that
He
you
didn't-
asked him that.
He didn't think it was funny
You didn't
though.
think it was funny?
I thought it was really
That
clever.
is funny. That is clever. That's
He
like
looked
witty.
at me like I was.
Oh.
Yeah, it was too funny for him. I
Why
think.
do our boyfriends do this? Sometimes
I
they
don't
talk
know.
and they're like,
Well, Neo gets out of the simulation and panics, puking on the ship, and it like goes into a grate, and there's like wires down there, and I was wondering if that's like who's gonna one clean that up, and then two, like if that shorts out their spaceship.
yeah, I didn't
But
even think about that, and that's really
it was gross.
Yeah.
Later, he is sleeping and wakes to talk to Morpheus. He says, "I can't go back, can I?" And Morpheus says, "No, but if you could, would you really want to?"
Oh,
It's true.
Yeah.
Once you find out the truth, it's kind of hard to go back and pretend.
What? See, like the whole concept of the Matrix is what confuses me because it's just, I don't
Okay,
know.
let's talk about it. What's the part that's confusing, and if it's before we get into the rest of the movie?
Yeah, so like what confuses me is the green sections were the Matrix, correct? That is like how I was like determining like
So anything live is the Matrix. So like when they are in the world
yeah.
with other people, that's all a simulation. So what he was saying and what he showed him was actually the whole world had been destroyed and humans
So
had been farmed and they were plugged in to believe that they were back in 1999.
I was so
like
confused.
so they're actually in 2199 or something like that. I think it was 2199 where the whole world was just a hot mess. So if
Yeah.
they had actually gotten free of their little pod and gone out into the world, they would have seen it was a disaster.
Yeah, okay.
But the machines had actually like gotten us to believe we were just in 1999, so you'd go about living your regular life, and during the regular course of your life, you'd be powering their systems.
Okay, see, I was.
Does that make sense?
Yes, your explanation made so much more sense.
Okay.
See,
well, that's what he just said in the.
Yeah, but I was like confused because of the colors. I also started to think I was colorblind. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, you were overthinking the colors.
I was overthinking
I should not
the
have
colors.
told you to pay attention
No,
to the
you
colors.
should not have, because
I should have just told you to watch the movie. But you watched it 3 times.
I did.
You should have watched it 1 time without focusing on the colors.
No, I was focusing on the colors the entire time, and then I was overthinking what being colorblind outside.
So like there's this like dreary, so when they're out of the Matrix is a simulation of 1999.
That makes
okay, where you're just going around like if we were in the situation, this would be the Matrix.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And then when we go out of the Matrix, it's the dreary look. Because they're in 2199 and everything's a disaster area.
Okay.
It's like it's muted colors where everything else was like different colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, and that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, now I understand better. I was literally so focused on the colors. Like, y'all don't understand.
Okay. Well, you weren't supposed to like overthink it. You were supposed to pay attention to the movie.
I overthink everything.
Okay.
And anything.
Well, Neo gets out of the simulation. Oh, we talked about that. How he panics and pukes. When the Matrix was first built, he says that there was a man who was born inside who had the ability to change whatever he wanted to. He could make the Matrix as he saw fit. If it was he who freed the first of us, then taught us the truth. As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free because they're just living in simulation. And he even said he even talks about how like some people believe so heavily in what they're seeing, feeling, thinking, tasting that they would actually fight to protect it. So that's why these cops are like coming after them, because the regular cops, because they're fighting to protect what they think is being done wrong or is wrongdoing, when in reality they're the good guys and the cops just don't understand because they're in a simulation.
Yeah,
because you don't know.
Yeah.
And we see that now in the world today, where people are fighting to protect their simulation. We're gonna leave it at that. So then he tells them about the Oracle who prophesies his return. And essentially, he believes that Neo is that guy come back. So there's also like religious aspects in here too, where people kind of like associate like Morpheus as God and Neo as like Jesus and
that makes
all this other stuff. It kind of doesn't fully track because Morpheus isn't like the all-knowing guy. He's just another guy. But then also with what we get into with betrayal, that also tracks with a Christian religion of things. So there was a lot of like theories about this movie when it came out too. So Tank tells Neo about the city, Zion. He's homegrown in the city. He runs Neo through combat training, first jujitsu, which
so far
is not handshakes, but we might have learned some jujitsu, not sure.
I don't even know how jujitsu works.
That's not it. Okay. It's on the ground, like grappling kind of.
Jujitsu's like
it's on the ground.
Wait, that's
usually.
Okay.
Okay. Which is a little about what we learned today, but not really. Maybe we're not sure. He learned it in 5 seconds. Yep. We did not. We had an hour, and we did not learn that much.
He was like spinning,
and then he learns all the other martial arts and other things for 10 hours straight, including kung fu.
Yeah, he's spinning.
Have you ever seen a kung fu movie?
I mean. Not like I've seen like ninja movies like the Three Ninjas, like
that's not kung fu though.
I don't really know the difference between all the
kung fu is like they can use fabric to like kill each other. It's almost like there's like almost like an element of magic to it too. We need to get you some kung fu stuff to see, but
like I would actually enjoy that kind of stuff. I do like watching it.
Cool I just watching, like, yeah. It's just like they can in kung fu movies. You are like. You violate gravity. You violate there's logic is kind of out the window. I think it's kind of cool to watch them. Yeah. Well, Morpheus runs a sparring program, and Neo and Morpheus spar. Morpheus explains some rules can be bent, others can be broken. It takes Neo time to learn that he doesn't have to adhere to realities he thinks are true. Morpheus says, how did I beat you? And Neo says, you're too fast. Morpheus tries to get him to question what he thinks he knows. He says, you think that's air you're breathing now? Then we see the hand, he goes like this, which is like the come at me, bro move, which is in a lot of movies where it's like one finger, two fingers,
No, literally, like
or
that's
like hand.
people do that. Like
Yeah,
now,
movies.
like it's like like Gen Z does that all the time too.
Yeah,
and
because it
that's
comes from movies.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Come at me, bro. Okay, so stop trying to hit me and hit me, he says. I'm trying to free your mind, Neo, but I can only show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it. They load the jump program next. You have to let it all go. As Morpheus famously instructed Neo, freeing your mind requires shedding the limiting weights of fear, doubt, and disbelief. Morpheus jumps from one roof to the other. Neo lands on the road, bounces back up, and splats. And everybody falls the first time, apparently. They bring Neo and Morpheus back to reality. Neo says, I thought it wasn't real. Your mind makes it real, he says. Neo asks if he dies in the Matrix, does he die in real life? And Morpheus tells him that the body cannot live without the mind. Everyone on the ship speculates whether he's the one or not.
Son.
Morpheus takes him down on the street of New York. Most people are not ready to be unplugged. Morpheus put him through another training program and includes an agent. Anyone they haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. So therefore, an agent can be anyone and no one. Sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Everyone who has fought an agent has died. I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air, yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that's built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be. Neo says, what are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets? And Morpheus says, no, Neo, I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Yeah, that was good. I did not like all the glasses these people wore, like the shades.
They were really cool in 1999 as we were about to head into 2000, which was like a big deal.
When this movie came out, was that like a thing? Would you guys wear glasses like that?
I think I didn't wear like glasses that didn't have like the frames, like it didn't have like the earpieces to them.
But like the shapes of them and whatnot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the shapes became popular for sure. It was weird, but everything was kind of like everybody had all these questions in 1999 about what 2000s were going to be like. And the idea was like it would be more spacey. It would be more so like clothes and ideas and things started becoming more and more like spacey, like what you think that we would look like in the future, because the future was coming with the 2000s. I mean, Y2K, which is what it was called, was like a huge deal. And everybody thought like one, that the computers weren't programmed to go up to 2000. And so there was like a big, are all the computers that run our entire country gonna crash, run the world gonna crash? IT companies had everyone on standby for when it changed over from 1999 to 2000. Yeah, my dad actually worked, he got paid extra to work that night in like watching the computers make sure that nothing happened.
Wait, that's kind of cool. Is this where like the galaxy print comes from? Like everyone wearing galaxy like leggings and stuff?
No, I think that's just like us
Okay.
being space nerds and like
Okay.
I think like the galaxy print comes from like the Magic School Bus, Miss Frizzle wearing galaxy print
I
stuff.
didn't even think about that. That's so true. No, I know so many people who wear like galaxy stuff and like at least
I think that's just like a general like we
Okay.
like space.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that comes from like being a Y2K.
Okay.
Y2K was more about like futuristic, less about space, more about futuristic.
Oh, okay.
Like will we have flying cars and like
Yeah.
we should wear shiny metallic looking. It was a lot of metallics. So you start seeing like all of your clothes being metallic, all of your stuff being metallic. Everything was like very new age looking. The Bantu knots came back in style. And they really shouldn't have been for everyone. But we didn't know. We didn't know better.
God.
So, we didn't know it was cultural appropriation. Sorry. Didn't know. As a middle schooler, didn't know. So anyway, So they end up encountering some trouble on the street and they have to come out of the simulation to hide from the search and destroy Squid looking for a sentient. So this is where that's where I feel like it was a little bit alien-y because it looks, but it's just a computer.
It's creepy.
It's not an alien, it's a computer. So they power down, quiet, and wait in the sewers. A squid thing comes by and doesn't see them. They breathe a sigh of relief. Later, Neo creeps up on Cypher, who's watching the Matrix in coding, and he offers Neo a drink. Actually, I've been thinking it ever since I got here. He says, why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill?
Shut up.
Shouldn't have taken any of them, Hannah. I'm gonna keep to that.
I mean, realistically,
well, what have they done? Been like, I'm sorry, I learned not to take pills from strangers.
Oh,
he doesn't.
thank you.
He just met him.
Yeah.
And like,
but like,
they hadn't even known each other for 30 minutes.
if I met someone named Morpheus, I would take a pill too. That's a cool name. I would think he's like a god. Like literally.
No, he's probably like a DJ out of like some some Chicago DJ, and you're just who's like chosen that name. He was probably named like Leonard, and he like changed his name to Morpheus.
Okay.
This is you have bad ideas.
I do. I do. We know this.
Did you not have a DARE program?
We did.
Okay.
We did. We did have a DARE program.
They didn't teach you to not take pills from strangers, same Morpheus.
No, not that specifically, but
okay.
I'm not a pill pop.
He doesn't even like wear regular glasses.
But his name is Morpheus.
He like dresses like he wants to be a vampire.
Yeah, but like that's the cool part. This is the reason I would.
Vampires either.
This is the reason why I would. I'd be like, wait, you're so cool. You're definitely some like cool.
We need to watch
guy.
like Buffy, and you'll realize like the vampires are bad.
Oh my god! Wait,
okay.
I actually want to see Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay, the movie or the TV show?
Both.
Okay,
both.
We will put that on the list. Okay, well, now that we're apparently if you have a cool name, Hannah will take pills from you.
The blue one only.
Because it was pretty.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Well, Cypher asks him about what you say to something like that with saving the world. Like he's supposed to save the world, and he tells him if he sees an agent, run. Later, we see Cypher in the Matrix eating a steak. He says he knows it doesn't exist, but it's still really good. He's meeting with Agent Smith. They have a deal. Cypher says he doesn't want to remember anything and he wants to be rich and someone important like an actor. Which is kind of a quiet, funny nod. Agent Smith says whatever you want. And Agent Smith wants access to the codes to the Zion mainframe. And he says he doesn't know them, but Morpheus does.
Morpheus knows everything. This is why he's...
But also, don't hand over your buddy. The next morning, they're eating gross-looking slop and discussing things tasting like things in the Matrix. Excuse me, Mouse brags about the agent training program. I dropped my water bottle that I need. Morpheus says he's taking Neo to see the Oracle. They all go into the Matrix and answer the telephone. Cypher drops a cell that dialed to the building that they came out of, where Cypher and the other guy were left behind. Neo realizes, I can't remember that guy's name. Neo realizes that he has memories that aren't real. He says, what does that mean? And Trinity says that the Matrix can't tell you who you are. Trinity went to the Oracle, but she doesn't want to tell what she learned yet. It's for her to know, and everyone else to find out. Now, this is the same Oracle who made the prophecy. She's very old. She knows enough, though, and she's a guide to define the path. Morpheus was told that he would find the one. Morpheus stops outside the door and says, I can only show you the door. You have to walk through it. Which I'm going to just start saying to get people to open doors for me.
You should.
I can only show you the door. You have to walk through it.
You should.
And then be like, thanks. Thanks for opening the door for me.
Dude, you should just start doing this to like make people like get you stuff too. Like, here's...
I can only show you the breakfast, but you have to bring it over to the table.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't get you the food, though. That just gets them the food.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So a woman greets them and says they're right on time. The woman puts them in the reading room with the other potentials. There are people reading books, kids juggling blocks, one kid bending the spoon. The kid spoon boy says, "Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth." And Neo says, "What truth?" And spoon boy, this is literally what they called him. They gave him no name. They just called him spoon boy. Spoon boy says, "There is no spoon." Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends, it is only yourself. It's actually really deep. Whoa, deep. Spoon Boy is played by Rowan Witt, who is known for Totally Completely Fine, Spreadsheet, and Wellmania. He was also in Home and Away.
This is really random. Is Totally Completely Fine a good movie?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
I heard about it, and that one I've heard is like decent.
Well, he goes in to see a woman and she's in the kitchen. She says she'll be right with him, and she says she'd ask him to sit down, but he won't. She tells him not to worry about the vase, and he says, "What vase?" And then he bumps into a vase and crashes it onto the floor, breaking it. She later says to him, "Oh, what's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?"
It's the analogies and like creepy. That's not even a metaphor or an analogy, but the creepy, weird.
The mind meld, and the mind F that they're doing.
Yeah, like see, that's
supposed to be part of the movie.
Yeah, this is
so trippy.
Yeah, this is why I don't have a rating for it.
But it's good. I mean, okay, well, we'll get into it. Well, the Oracle is played by Gloria Foster. In addition to the Matrix sequel, she was also in Leonard Part 6 and Man and Boy. The Oracle says, "I can see why she likes you. Not too bright, though, because he doesn't know who likes him." She asks if he thinks he's the one, and he says he doesn't know, and she notices a sign above the door. She tells him it means know thyself, and she tells him, "I want to tell you a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one needs to tell you you're in love. You just know it through and through, balls to bones."
Which I feel like that's a.
I don't think anyone says that, balls to bones.
No, I don't think so either, but I think that's a pretty good lesson. Like
the balls to bones?
Yeah. Yeah. That part specific.
But that you need to know that you're the one?
No, that like
I'm missing the message here.
That like you have to know things for yourself.
Oh,
like
okay,
when
no one can tell you anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you don't have to base your opinion on what other people think. It's just stuff you know yourself. Like the one metaphor that made sense, except balls to bones, I guess. Just when I understood.
Well, she looks him over and tells him he's not the one. He's got the gift, but it looks like he's waiting for something. Maybe your next life. Who knows? Morpheus almost had him convinced. Poor Morpheus. Without him, we're lost. He asks what she means, and the Oracle says Morpheus believes in you, Neo, so blindly that he's going to sacrifice his life to save yours. She tells him one of them is going to die. Which one will it be is up to him. She tells him he doesn't believe in fate and he's in control of his own life. She tells him the cookies will make him feel better.
That's so creepy.
Isn't that, did you ever see Harry Potter?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so this, how do you a little bit?
Like I saw like the first like 2 movies.
Okay. So like the kind 7. Of the whole concept I think comes a little bit influenced from the Matrix.
Oh.
Because there was a prophecy about Harry Potter as well.
Yeah.
And he cannot live, like they both cannot live. One of them has to die in order for the other one to live. Him and Voldemort.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Huh. So, wait, that's like a cool little connection. I didn't even think about that. I haven't watched it in so long.
Okay.
In all fairness, but
well, we've got a great TV, and I'm obsessed with Harry Potter.
Wait, can we actually watch like?
We
Harry
might
Potter
be able to watch Harry Potter.
Okay.
Okay.
I do like Harry Potter.
As I'm like gonna be like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, no, we'll just knock out.
All right. So essentially the cookies are supposed to make him feel better, so he takes a cookie. I don't know if he actually does feel better. He steps out and Morpheus says, what was said for you was for you and you alone. They head back to the building. Tank is at the controls. Neo sees deja vu. He saw Black Cat twice. Deja vu is a glitch in the Matrix, and it happens when they change something. People claim that they see a glitch in the Matrix all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
This is where it came from.
Oh my god, wait, really? Like,
yeah, this is the
like
Matrix.
The deja.
You just watched the Matrix.
Like the deja I didn't even think about the fact that like came from that.
Not deja vu, but like the Matrix.
Oh,
The
okay.
phrase,
Like the
there's
phrase.
this little
I thought you were meaning deja vu came from the Matrix. I was
No,
like,
deja vu is French for seen again. Like it's been seen, already been seen.
deja vu is French.
Yes. It's fine. We're learning languages today too. They head back to the building. Tank is at the controls. So that's when he sees the deja vu, change something. They caught the hard line, but it's a trap. The kid is already dead. Morpheus and the gang run upstairs. They ask Tank for a structural drawing of the building. They head across the floor. Neo gets handed a gun. They head out of a hole, down a wall between floors, climbing down the pipes. Cypher coughs and an agent realizes they're in the walls and they start shooting. The agent grabs Neo through the wall. Morpheus goes and lands on the agent and tells them to get Neo out. Trinity forces Neo out of there.
I love Trinity, man. She's such a girl boss.
Agent Smith and Morpheus fight. He instructs the guys to take Morpheus. Tank is watching this all. Cypher calls Tank and says there was a car accident. They bring back Cypher, who attacks Tank as he's making the call to pick up the rest of the group. He kills Dozer and Tank. He answers Trinity's call. He's creeping on her body. He says he's tired of it all. She realizes he killed them. And he says he's tired of Morpheus. She realizes he traded Morpheus. He says he chose the Matrix instead. He pulls the plug on APOC, who dies. He then kills Switch, and he's about to kill Neo. If Neo's the one, then there has to be a miracle. He says, how can he be the one if he's dead? And luckily, Tank is actually still alive and kills him. Which he got zapped 3 times. I don't know how he was still alive.
That whole scene, like that was crazy. This whole movie was crazy as a whole, but like that specific part of like the betrayal. But yeah, I was supposed to say like the betrayal and like going in the walls. Like, no, that was crazy.
Well, the phone rings and it's Tank to bring them back. Trinity hugs Tank in a high rise. Agent Smith is rambling on to Morpheus. Have you ever stood and stared at it, marveled at its beauty, its genius? Billions of people just living out their lives oblivious. That's my Agent Smith voice.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's really creepy.
Did you know the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where none suffered? I kind of I feel like I'm starting to do a little Dr. Evil with the Agent Smith. It's like creeping in there. We'll see. Where everyone would be happy. It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost. Some believed we lacked the programming language to describe your perfect world. But I believe that as a species, humans beings define their reality through suffering and misery. The perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from, which is why the Matrix was redesigned to the peak of your civilization. I say your civilization because as soon as we started thinking for you, it really became our civilization, which of course is what it's all about. Evolution, Morpheus, evolution. Like the dinosaur. Look out that window. You've had your time. The future is our world, Morpheus. The future is our time. Now, Tank says that they're breaking into Morpheus's mind to get the codes to Zion's mainframe computer to destroy the city. Neo says there's something that they can do, and Tank suggests that they kill Morpheus to save the codes. Agent Smith suggests that they might continue as planned. As they go to say goodbye to Morpheus, Neo tells them to stop. Neo says he has to make a choice. He's going in. Neo tells him he's not the one. He's just another guy. Trinity says he's not just another guy. It can't be true. And Tank says there are 3 agents. It's suicide. And Neo says that's what it looks like, but it's not. See, he's starting to get it. This whole entire freaking movie, he was not getting it. So hopefully he gets it. So he has to go back in. He believes that he can bring him back. Trinity says she's going with him. She tells him he can go to hell if he doesn't like it.
Ah, love Trinity. See, like that, she was like my favorite part of this movie.
See, I didn't like her when I originally watched this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I hated her.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I like her now. I appreciate her now, but I just something about her, like attitude and maybe like I don't know. Something about her I didn't like when I was growing up.
The only thing I didn't really like was her hair.
Yeah, I mean I didn't like her hair either.
But I thought she was like super cool and super pretty and just like
I think that she I think, and I still don't like this, she like fell in love with some guy that like she just met.
That is
She
true.
doesn't even know him.
Hold on, let me. I have a note that literally says this. I said, when did I write it? Trinity and Neo have known each other for 5 minutes and are already soulmates.
Yeah, I thought that was ridiculous. I'm not for that.
I think that's what's cute.
Well, Agent Smith says, I'd like to share a revelation that I've had during my time here. It came to me when I tried to classify your species, and I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move into an area, you multiply and multiply until every natural resource is consumed, and then the only way you can survive is to spread to another area.
I hate to say it, this is kind of true.
There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern. Do you know what it is? A virus. Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet. You're a plague, and we are the cure.
I watched a TikTok about how humans are viruses the other day too, after watching this movie.
That's where that came from. Okay. Tank puts him in with guns, lots of guns. Trinity tells him no one's ever done anything like this, and he says that's why it's going to work. Agent Smith asks why the serum isn't working, and he's told it's because they're asking the wrong questions. Agent Smith asks to be left alone with him. He says he's going to be honest with you. He hates the zoo, this prison, this reality. He can't stand the smell, if there is such a thing. He says he must get out of there. He wants to be free. Once Zion is destroyed, there's no reason to be here. He just needs the codes, and he says, you're going to give them to me or you're going to die. But Neo walks into the building with a bag of weapons and takes out all the security guards. He makes his way through the building. The other agents show back up to tell him that the building is under attack. Neo and Trinity break through the elevator, go up with the cable, sending the elevator and the weapons crashing to the bottom to explode, and there is no spoon. The agent sends the other agents to find and destroy them. Neo asks Trinity for help with the agent, and he dodges the bullet except for the one that hits his body. He didn't need her help. He's like, Trinity, help me. And then he didn't need it.
Yeah.
Trinity takes out an agent. She asks how he did that. He moved like they do. She has to contact Tank to program her to fly the helicopter that they see. She gets in and they fly to the floor with Morpheus and break the glass with the bullets and fire at them as they take out the people they morphed into. How did they not hit Morpheus?
This whole movie was just
I
like,
didn't understand it.
I don't.
He tells Morpheus to get up. Morpheus awakens and breaks out of his handcuffs. The agents shoot him in the ankle as he jumps, and Neo saves him by jumping out to meet him and grabs his arm. The agents shoot the helicopter, and they struggle to maintain altitude. He drops Morpheus to a rooftop and holds the cable as Trinity disconnects from the copter, grabbing the cable and sending the helicopter into the building, shattering the glass. That was part of the special effects that won the award too, because that was like the glass rippling.
Oh my god, wait, that's really cool. Yeah.
Back to the ship, Tank says, I knew it. He is the one. Morpheus says, do you believe it now, Trinity? Morpheus tells Neo that the Oracle told him exactly what he needed to hear. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. Morpheus calls Tank and says he needs an exit, and they head there as the agents find where they were. The agents trace them. They're not out yet, and Morpheus heads out via phone. Trinity tells Neo that everything the Oracle told her has come true, and an agent shows up as Trinity takes the call. Mr. Anderson.
I'm scared.
Neo and Agent Smith gunfight, and then kung fu. Neo breaks his sunglasses.
How are they gunfighting and doing kung fu? Like that
Well,
part
they
had
did
me.
the gunfighting, and then they threw the guns away, and then
Like,
did the kung fu.
Okay, that's why I thought it was so funny. Like how? I
Because
don't
they
know.
were like, this is beneath us. We're going to just like fight it out. Agent Smith said he's going to enjoy watching him die, but we'll see about that. I don't understand how this even feels pain if he believes there's no spoon. Like, how does he even feel? Why is he feeling pain if he's like finally getting no spoon?
Like
This, because like what he needs to do is like this reality does not exist, so it can become anything I want it to.
yeah, like change
I
it.
don't know. So Neo gets up and keeps fighting. One move is a stupid punch to stab him in the throat with his fingers. He was like this.
God about that. I thought that was stupid.
And it like stabbed him in the throat. Agent Smith uses Neo as a punching bag and then drags him across the floor and throws him. Agent Smith, do you hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. It is the sound of your death. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson. And Neo says, my name is Neo. And he thinks the agent is then going to get hit by the train, but he just inhabits another body because that's what agents can do. They can just go from body to body.
Hold on. Can I say something about the train scene? Okay. Have you ever seen Someone Great?
No.
Oh my God, you have to watch it. You have to.
What does that have to do with the train scene?
You know, like when Neo's there and the train's like passing, he's just kind of like standing there. There's literally scenes just like that in Someone Great. Like not the same context, like at all. But it just like reminded me of that. And Someone Great is like one of my like top 20 favorite movies.
Is it similar to like while you were sleeping? There's trains in that one too, and people just staring at them.
No, like just like the lighting and the way you would have to watch it.
Maybe they mimicked it.
Maybe.
It's probably post 1999.
It is. It's
Yeah.
from like 2017 or something. But
okay.
I mean, like they're totally unrelated. Like Someone Great's about to break up.
Okay.
But it just like reminded me of that. I was like, Someone Great, so you have to watch it. It's a really good movie.
Well, the ship Sentinels are tracking the ship. Neo steals a cell from a guy. Mr. Wizard, get me the hell out of here. But agents are appearing everyone around him, so he's on the run to get a phone. And he asks for help navigating the area. And again, not sure why this is a thing. If there is no spoon, why can't he just walk through wherever he wants to? Exactly. I mean, I know that it's a construct of the computers simulated, so maybe he doesn't have control, but also if it doesn't exist, then it doesn't really matter if you walk through it, right?
Yeah, because if there's no reality.
Like, if it's fake and you believe that it's fake, I feel like you can do anything.
Yeah, that's right. But exactly. Because like, if we were actually in simulation and we like were, it was confirmed
and you knew it, you could just put your hand through the box without knowing.
Like we would
don't poke the people, Hannah.
Like we could literally do whatever. So I don't.
So meanwhile, the ship is being spotted and the Sentinels are trying to break in. The agents are hot on Neo's trail. He hears the phone ringing. He gets to room 303 where Agent Smith shoots him in the chest. He sees blood but keeps going because there is no spoon. Then he slumps over dead. And Morpheus says, it can't be. And the agents check him and he's gone. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson. Trinity says she's not afraid anymore, that she would fall in love with a man and that she loved, and he had to be the one, so he can't be dead because she loves him and he's the one. Black. I was like, I don't want to see this. She kisses him and it's supposed to be romantic.
Did you not think it was?
I did not. I was like, she's making out with a guy who's like asleep.
Oh, yeah, like that.
And also, like, she's in love with a guy she's known for 2 minutes. It's not real. His heart starts beating again. He's never even expressed interest in her.
Yeah, but like it's cute, like romance in a fake reality. Like they're like Sims who like were forced to be together.
This is the worst relationship I've ever seen. She tells him to get up. He does, and the agents shoot bullets at him. He stops them with his hand because they're not real, and Morpheus says he's the one. Then Neo realizes it's just code and nothing phases him anymore. Like, if you already knew that the spoon wasn't real, then everything is just code, and it's taking him forever to get the message.
Yeah.
Like a person with depression, nothing phases him. It's kind of how it seemed. I was just like, I feel like
that's so true.
Like, he walks through and he's just like, whatever.
It's like,
Well, he's like, Eeyore.
Love Eeyore.
Then he fights the agent and dives into the agent and then becomes the agent and then rips him open from the inside, flexing the Matrix moves. And then the other agents freak out because they're like, we don't want to be ripped apart.
And he realized he finally got the point.
Neo answers the phone as the squid thing gets inside the ship and they have to send out the blast, taking out all the electronics. Neo and Trinity barf, stare longingly into each other's eyes. They don't know each other. Like, what are they in love with?
But like, she's pretty, he's pretty, they're both in the Matrix. Like,
he was an ugly naked baby like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, but not like at the beginning of the movie.
I know.
Was it Later,
we hear a phone ringing and Neo says, I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. He's telling this to the computers, obviously. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you, a world without rules and controls. No rules? Like, really?
Yeah, like...
No controls? You're not going to have stoplights?
Yeah.
Without borders or boundaries, a world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you. And then we see the Matrix, I guess, hunting agents, which is he's in sunglasses and a trench coat and he flies off. Like a weird Superman or like again a vampire. And that's the end. And that's why he's immortal. Maybe he's just a freaking vampire. Leather jacket all the way gives you the power. So what did I miss, Hannah? So what did I
Can
miss?
I just like read you? We have all the notes. I'm just gonna read you all of them. I think you'll think they're funny.
Okay.
Okay, so as I started, this is an odd movie. The machines do look like aliens. I said on the second time I noticed how the Warner Bros. Logo looked green and digital. Same with the Village Roadshow Productions logo. I thought that was really cool how it was like pixelated and green.
Yeah.
I just
They did that with You've Got Mail too.
I don't even notice that. You told me to look at the colors, Allison.
Yeah.
You told me to look at the colors.
The colors were important. It says look at the colors.
Yeah.
You just went a little bit out of control.
I was like very much overthinking. I wrote down like the code at the beginning. I said the scene where his mouth got shut was scary. I hated that. Am I colorblind? Blue and green look the same to me.
You might be colorblind.
Yeah. Fave scene was the train scene. It reminds me of someone great. The kiss was crazy. Trinity is so pretty. Neo is literally just some guy with insomnia and a computer. Trinity, if you can't tell, these are not in order. These are based on me watching them multiple times. Where Trinity appears and immediately has the coolest aura in the movie. Morpheus talks like every sentence is a prophecy. Follow the white rabbit. Okay, Alice in Wonderland. Neo really said yes to getting into a car with strangers, which I thought was stupid, but I thought that was funny.
Okay, wait. Stop. Your line is getting into a car with strangers, but pills with strangers are fine.
Those from Morpheus are fine. But like, yeah.
Cars with Trinity are not? You just said you liked her.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, but now I'm like, I'm pro.
And also, doesn't your whole generation get into cars with strangers all the time? It's called Uber.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. Okay. Red pill versus blue pill, the most famous choice in movie history. Yeah, I thought that was cool. That one there said, bro woke up in a giant flesh battery.
Gross. It was gross.
It was.
He was ugly.
I wrote it down later. I said the pods full of humans are nightmare fuel. And then I wrote, every time they explain the Matrix, I understand it less and more at the same time. So basically humanity lost to AI. That was my take.
Yeah, but we developed so many AIs now that I don't think that we would lose to AI because it was
At this point, I agree.
And also, I use ChatGPT on the daily, and I don't think ChatGPT is taking over anything.
Yeah, I don't think ChatGPT.
I have to tell it the same instructions 7 times, and it still isn't getting it. So
yeah, gotta argue with it.
What's it gonna take us out with an M dash?
A lack of an Oxford comma.
Like extra emojis.
Bullet point emoji.
Yeah, the bullet point emojis that ChatGPT loves. So scary.
That was so funny.
This is gonna be recorded for when it does become sentient. It's gonna be like I'm gonna go through her first.
Yeah, it's gonna be for us.
They made fun of my emojis.
Oh no! Don't jinx us. Okay, I said Agent Smith is low-key terrifying. Neo learns Kung Fu in like 30 seconds. Rude.
I didn't think Smith was terrifying initially. I remember him being scarier when I watched this in high school than now. Like now I was like, that guy? He's not scary.
No, I just don't like him. I'm like Dr. Evil. Bring him back. I miss him. Okay. Every conversation with Agent Smith feels like an HR meeting from hell. I feel like that's pretty accurate. You got to give it to me. And the spoon scene broke my brain. Thoughts out the there is no spoon. You're gonna like this. Spoon. Yeah, I literally wrote it down. There is no spoon. Okay, thanks, little bald child. I wrote the steak looked good. Mouse is down horrendous for the woman in the red dress. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, the woman in the red dress was actually set up. The lobby shootout changed action movies forever. I wrote about this.
Because you Googled it? Okay. I was like, how would you know?
Yeah, I Googled that.
3 times?
Yeah, I Googled that. Trinity and Neo, I already said that. Morpheus getting captured felt like when the teacher leaves the classroom. Neo spends like half the movie being told he's the one and the other half not believing it. Like what? I mean,
Because he was still the one. He just had to get to a point where he knew he was the one
Yeah.
and didn't doubt it anymore.
But like, I don't know. If someone told me I wasn't the one and then gave me a cookie, I wouldn't think I just want the
Is it
cookie.
the cookie or is it the actual telling?
I just want the cookie. I'd be like, okay, I'm fine, thank you. Okay, I said Trinity confessing her love in the middle of a crisis is iconic. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Love her. Neo literally dies. Never mind. Power and love and destiny, apparently. Suddenly, Neo can see the code. Bro became a software update. Watching him stops bullets never gets old. I think that happened like twice. I don't know where I wrote. Oh, probably because I watched it 3 times. Yeah. Agent Smith got deleted.ex. Do you like that? I tried to be creative.
Did ChatGPT write your notes?
No,
Are there M dashes and emojis in there?
no.
Okay.
There's not even
Okay.
periods.
Okay, I'm just feeling like this is starting to seem a little ChatGPT.
What? Movie
Bad jokes. It's very bad jokes. .exe.
I literally tried to like
That's
be
a vibe.
creative. I said movie ends and I'm still not entirely sure I understand the Matrix. But I
What
know
you do now.
now after you explaining it, I understand it more.
Okay.
I said I know I liked it, but it was kind of scary. I don't know. Better on the 4th watch, 3rd watch. But yeah.
I hope you don't watch it 4 times. That's too many. Okay, so are we still at a G out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh.
I still don't have it ready. I can't thought my notes were ChatGPT. With ChatGPT.
.exe. You're
Oh.
like, oh, haha,
Oh, girl,
it made
you
a pun.
You should see all my notes. They're bad, Allison. You should.
Okay.
They're bad.
Well,
I write haha in them and lol.
our next watch is Independence Day. It is the 1996 sci-fi action Independence Day. It's about the hostile worldwide alien invasion
Okay.
that threatens to annihilate humanity. So we've kind of got a theme here.
Yeah.
The story follows an ensemble cast, including a fighter pilot, Will Smith, a brilliant satellite technician, Jeff Goldblum. Have you seen Jurassic Park, right? So you've seen Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Okay, and you saw Will Smith in things, including Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Okay, and the U.S. President Bill Pullman as they unite survivors to launch a desperate counterattack on the 4th of July.
This sounds really familiar. My dad may have made me watch this when I was
Possibly. It's a very typical movie.
Okay. I may
You
have
still
seen
get to watch it again.
Yeah, I think I'll like
This
it.
is
though.
available on Disney Plus, Tubi,
Okay.
and Hulu. And that is it for our episode. Thanks for hanging out with us and rewinding the 90s, one movie, one show, one chaotic conversation at a time. If this episode brought back a memory, introduced something new, or made you want to revisit this classic, make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you don't miss the next episode. And come find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon for clips, behind the scenes moments, and all the extra conversations that didn't make the episode. So
Yes.
until next time, be kind and rewind.
Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. And we're together in person. So
we're gonna
enjoy
apparently
it.
watch Harry Potter.
Yes, we will. I like Harry Potter.